Hello, and welcome to another one of Señor Johnson's Spanish podcasts. Okay, welcome to episode 1 of the Spanish 2 podcasts for Señor Johnson's Terra High School Spanish 2 course. Our objective for today's episode is that you should be able to identify new vocabulary words as well as practice their pronunciation. In other words, you should be able to know what they are, recognize them when you see them, be able to pronounce them, tell me what they mean, and use them in proper sentences. Let's go ahead and get started. So here is our vocabulario nuevo. First word, la plaza. La plaza. La plaza. La plaza. Make sure that Z is not making a Z sound like it does in English, because this is in English after all. In Spanish, the Z makes a S sound like an S. So, la plaza. That, of course, means plaza. Simple as that. Aren't cognates wonderful? In other words, the place where everyone gets together in town. Next word, el café. El café. El café. El café. And that is a coffee shop. Starbucks, for example. Although, let's not mention any specific words, names. Anyway, coffee shop. Next one. El mapa. El mapa. El mapa. El mapa. And so, if you don't know that one, that's too bad. You need to study harder because that map. Map. Next word. El correo. El correo. El correo. El correo. And that means post office. Next word. La iglesia. La iglesia. La iglesia. La iglesia. And that means church. Next word. La calle. La calle. La calle. La calle. That means street. Next word. El banco. El banco. El banco. El banco. And that means bank. Bank. Next word. El hotel. El hotel. El hotel. El hotel. And that means hotel. Aren't cognates wonderful? Next phrase or word. La estación de autobuses. 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 And that means bus station. All that just say bus station, isn't it great? I think Spanish is wonderful. Next word. El centro. El centro. El centro. El centro. Or if you can't roll your R's yet, el centro. And that, of course, means downtown. Also the center. Of course, the center of town is usually downtown. Next word. El aeropuerto. El aeropuerto. El aeropuerto. El aeropuerto. El aeropuerto. El aeropuerto. That means airport. Next word. La avenida. La avenida. La avenida. La avenida. And that means avenue. Next word. La esquina. La esquina. La esquina. La esquina. And that means corner. Next word. Oh, sorry. No next words. I was wrong. We're on to practice sessions. This is where I'm going to give you a few questions that you might see, like, for example, I don't know, on a quiz. Like, like in the next day or two. I don't know. Anyway, you're going to read the questions. There's going to be a blank in the question. You need to figure out which word best completes each sentence. Let's get started. Esta tarde voy a ir a Perú. Mis padres me van a llevar blank. A la iglesia, al aeropuerto, al correo, a la farmacia. Pause the podcast. Come back when you've got an answer. Alright, you should have your answer by now. Let's check to see if you were right. The answer was al aeropuerto. Esta tarde voy a ir a Perú. That means this afternoon I'm going to go to Peru. Mis padres me van a llevar al aeropuerto. My parents are going to take me to the airport. A la iglesia, to the church. I can't imagine you would need to go to church if you're about to go to Peru. To the correo, to the post office. Well, if you're about to go this afternoon, you should have had your passport taken care of by now. Farmacia, to the drugstore. You should have had your inoculation taken care of by now too. So the best answer is airport. Next question. Isabel y Julia quieren mandar una carta a otro país. Van a ir blank. A la avenida, a la calle, al correo, a un café. Pause the podcast and come back when you're done. Alright, you should have your answer now, and let's check it. The correct answer was al correo. Isabel y Julia quieren mandar una carta a otro país. Van a ir al correo. Isabel and Julia want to send a letter to another country. They're going to go to the post office. To the avenue, it's not a bad answer. Post office is still better. Same with street. To the coffee house to send a letter to another country? No, that's not just going to do it. No, it's not. So please don't argue with me about it on the quiz. Alright, next question. Hay mucho que hacer en el centro. Me gusta ir de compras o pasear por blank. La plaza, la esquina, un hotel, el correo. Pause the podcast, come back with the answer. Well, by now you should have the correct answer, and the correct answer is la plaza. Hay mucho que hacer en el centro. Me gusta ir de compras o pasear por la plaza. There's a lot to do downtown. I like to go shopping or stroll through the plaza. The corner for esquina, not as good a one as the plaza, or as hotel, or as the post office. The plaza is the best fit. Next question. Hay mucho tráfico. Este blank pasa por el centro de la ciudad. Avenida, iglesia, esquina, farmacia. Pause the podcast. Come back when your answer is done. Well, you should have had your answer, and it's, of course, avenida. Hay mucho tráfico. Esta avenida pasa por el centro de la ciudad. There's a lot of traffic. This avenue passes through the center of the town, or through downtown. The church doesn't really pass through anything, nor does the corner or the pharmacy. Avenue is the best answer. Next question. Adrián no sabe cómo llegar al hotel. Necesita blank de la ciudad. Un café, un banco, un aeropuerto, un mapa. Pause the podcast and come back when you have that answer. And the best answer is un mapa. Un mapa. Adrián no sabe cómo llegar al hotel. Necesita un mapa de la ciudad. Adrian doesn't know how to get to the hotel or how to arrive at the hotel. He needs a map of the city. He doesn't need a city coffee or city bank or city airport. He needs a city map. Okay? Next question. Estoy muy cansado. Necesito descansar en el blank. Hotel, aeropuerto, centro, o café. Pause the podcast. Come back when you have an answer. And the correct answer should be hotel. Estoy muy cansado. I'm very tired. Necesito descansar en el hotel. I need to rest in the hotel. Airport, downtown, coffee house, not as good an answer as hotel is. Well, as always, I hope this podcast helped. Rewind it, watch it again if you need to. Look, if there are words in those questions that you didn't understand, those are words from previous chapters. You need to go back and look at the old reviewed vocabulary lists from last year. Okay? You need to learn those. You're in Spanish 2 now. Okay? This is what is expected of you. But if you do happen to have any questions, something I didn't explain very well, by all means email me at jjohnson2@ebrschools.org, or hit the website at http://blackboard.ebrpss.k12.la.us. All right. Hope this helped. Hasta mañana.